greatest digital asset ever created. I'm so glad I accumulated before the space got saturated. XRP the greatest digital asset ever created. Make the haters aggravated, get the spaceship activated. XRP the greatest digital asset ever created. I'm so glad I accumulated before the space got saturated.
What's goody? Let's get it. Hey, 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 hey. Whoa, ho, yeah, 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 yeah. Listen, let's pump it up. Ah, yeah, yeah. Woo! Listen. If you're not hype about crypto, I don't know what's wrong with you. Because you shouldn't be in this space. Let me take these earphones off. Because you shouldn't be in this space if you're not hype. XRP investors, crypto investors, it doesn't matter what coin you're in. If you're in the crypto space, you're blessed. Okay? You're blessed. HBAR investors, it says we're about to hit the stratosphere. I mean, I wish I bought when it was at 30 cents. People who have bought HBAR, I mean, you should be sitting pretty right now on some money. Not a financial advisor, but HBAR is a great investment to look into. HBAR is launching into the future with SpaceX on January the 14th, 2025. Listen, I'm not even about to read all this, but you're rich, okay? Not even have to be rich in your bank account, but rich in your mind, wealthy in your spirit, just having peace, energy, excitement for every day. We woke up this morning. You're able to look at this video this morning on this new year. But let me let you guys listen to this, because I get straight into the news, but I'm always excited. I'm always hyped. If you look onto my channel, you always gonna get some great, amazing energy here. So yeah, like this is not for people who are emotional. This is for people who are understanding financial literacy, understand where you're going, and at least have some excitement while you're doing it, right? Everything in this space is not pretty, but we're gonna keep it exciting, we're gonna keep it fun. But proof of work doesn't work. One of the IMF persons said pretty much. Let me let you guys listen to this. This is been out for a little minute, but you may have seen it, you may have not. Let me wind it back here.
Invite Ryan and Desiree. I don't know if you would like to comment on this as well. But Ryan, go ahead.
Proof of work doesn't work. Proof of work doesn't work.
Ryan, proof of work doesn't work.
Let me finish. Proof of work doesn't work.
Let him finish, please.
And in the early days of Bitcoin, there was a whole group of developers that broke off to create other assets, XRP being one of them, that doesn't use mining, that's cheaper from an energy perspective than Visa, and already scales to 1,500 transactions a second. A lot of these problems have already been solved. The challenge for adoption comes back to policy. The policy uncertainty around some of the assets has limited adoption, particularly here in the U.S. And I'm speaking from Ripple and XRP because we use that.
Particularly here in the U.S.
Because it's a half a cent. To do from a policy perspective in the U.S. is look at the places where there are uncertainty. And one place I'm speaking directly for me here is XRP, where it looks like Bitcoin. It's decentralized, it's open source. We have 7% of the validation power on that, rather small in there. Grouping or giving clarity to those ones that are very similar to Bitcoin and Ethereum, that have the same characteristics and should be classified the same way. And then we're creating a level playing field across all the cryptos. I'm not anti-Bitcoin or anti-Ethereum by any means. I think there's a lot of great potential and breakthrough there. But we need to have a level playing field so the market can pick which ones they want to use. And
all right, let me just pause it right there. That's the end of that video. Definitely go check it out. It says Elon Musk is, I feel like I've said this before on, like, probably not recently, but Elon Musk is about to change the financial system plus crypto forever. X money is coming in 2025. So ISO 222 tokens are coming soon in 2025. Guys, if you don't know, now you know. Elon Musk is the owner of Twitter. I don't know, some people know that, some people don't, but he's now the owner of Twitter. But he's bringing X money to Twitter where people can obviously do payments, and it's millions of people on Twitter. like me and you. So listen to what he has to say really quick. He has a minute and 45
The
seconds.
entire banking and payment system is changing overnight in March 2025. Now, what does this have to do with Elon Musk and crypto? Well, Elon is launching his own payment system called X Money in 2025. I personally do not think it's a coincidence that he waited to launch this until 2025. This is a must follow. You need to be paying attention to X Money or the payments account on X. Elon is going to drop a payment system that is going to try and make banks and banking obsolete. Who knows? Maybe it will correspond with this March 2025 switchover.
All right, so I'm gonna leave it at that because this is like 2 minutes, but I want to keep going with the video. But pretty much, hey, X Money and Twitter, people are gonna start being able to do transactions online from, you know, person to person right here off of Twitter. So yeah, I don't put it past Elon. He's a silent sniper, honestly, to me. Like, he has a lot of things that his hands are in that many people don't even know what's going on behind the scenes. But you guys need to research, deep dive. Do not just listen to me on this particular video. Definitely deep dive, do your own research on Elon Musk, on anybody. You know, don't just take it from what you hear. All right, so $10,000 per XRP is programmed. So this is just pretty much mentioning like all the different type of companies that XRP is involved in. And you may know some logos on here that you're familiar with, and you may not, because a lot of these, some, you know, are overseas or you just don't even know about. Like Monoloop, I've spoken about. This is Bill Gates Foundation, if I'm not mistaken. You got Bank of America, FedNow, SBI. This look like Dubai, Santander. It's a lot of different companies, and this is just a little bit, you know. And they tell you all of them what they're attached to, like industry organizations, payment innovation, CBDC development. So yeah, just look more into that. Also, it says, this is David Schwartz. I put a little small clip up weeks ago on another video, pretty much mentioning that XRP cannot be cheap. It can't be cheap. Listen up to David Schwartz again.
But the question is, will the value of XRP be the same in the private ledgers as it is on the public?
Yes. The value proposition of XRP is that it has these liquidity pools. It doesn't make sense to isolate something. Like, there's no place where gold is worth twice as much as it is now, because if there was, people would just bring gold there and they would they would buy gold somewhere else and they would sell it there. Unless the only way that you can have the value be very different in two places is if there's a lot of friction. And if there's friction, someone will make a business of removing that friction. So I don't see any realistic scenario where XRP has significantly different value unless something's wrong. Like, a good example of a case, there was a time where the value of XRP, they called it the kimchi premium, right? Where the value of XRP in some Asian countries was very high, but that was because there were capital controls, right? That was because things were bad. I think that's a sign that something is not going well. The value proposition of XRP is that you can take it to all of the places, right? If I sell you some gold and you say, hey, this gold can only be used in jewelry, you're like, well, that kind of sucks. I don't want that gold, right? The value proposition of gold is that you have access to the entire value proposition of gold. And so I don't see any scenario in which where it makes sense to snip pieces off, again, unless something is wrong.
So he pretty much saying this has always been speculation of, is XRP price going to be on the private ledger different than the public ledger? And he's pretty much saying no. So that could like rule out all those speculations of why or how can XRP be different prices on a private ledger or on public ledger. It has to be the same pretty much on all levels in all different cities, states, countries, right? So Gary Gensler, he's still trying to hold on, but I thought this was hilarious. Listen to this.
Talking of disclosures, one disclosure from former President Trump is that he would fire you, ultimately. Unsurprising to you, I'm sure.
So, Caroline, I'll let you go to your next question.
A lot to get on with, and your term is what, until June 2026? But will it run until then? Many feel that perhaps not. Talking of disclosures.
Yes, this was hilarious. He was not answering that question whatsoever. I'll let you get on to your next question. Like, hurry up. Come on. All right. So pretty much I've gotten a little bit into this myself. If you are interested in getting into any type of, blockchain or like understanding blockchain development. These are the type of jobs that's coming forward in the near future. So if you want to look into that, you should definitely get into it, learning more about blockchain and how to start coding different things as well. So this is pretty much XRP price will suddenly be around $317.80 sometime in January. This will be caused by over $20 trillion entering the XRP ledger from Japan economy, big money like BlackRock, JP Morgan, and let's not talk about Swift, which is all set to begin using XRP 2025. ISO 222 tokens, a messaging system backed by central banks globally, will go live pretty much in January. They pretty much saying like January 20th, 2025. And then, obviously Donald Trump is getting inaugurated. So that all plays a part as well. So if you're not in, I suggest you get in. This is not financial advice, but hey, listen. All right. So shout out to digital asset investor. He pretty much was saying no utility, no value, unpopular opinion. This is Brad Garlinghouse speaking about, crypto space, and digital asset investors pretty much saying like don't chase green candles. Get in when it's red, guys. Don't get in when everything is green and everybody's happy and excited. Get in when it's blood in the streets, and also go to Vegas. Like everybody going to Vegas in May. I hope I see you guys there. But listen to this.
Have the winners once you really have the scaled utility, the scaled use cases that are solving real problems for customers. I think we probably all agree that right now there's a lot of speculation in the market, and it's some utility, some other pieces, but Ripple has always tried to focus on, okay, we're solving problems for customers. We're not trying to lean into meme coins, for example. You can use the XRP ledger as open source technology to do meme coins if you would choose to do so. And frankly, there are examples of that happening on the XRP ledger because it's open source technology. Ripple, and like how do we build trust, is how do we make sure that our customers understand where the kind of products we're bringing to market and that they work well and they're adding value. And I feel very good. It's been a long journey. In some ways, ironically, maybe the SEC lawsuit against Ripple added trust to some degree.
I agree.
We prevailed, well, because we fought the fight and prevailed on the kind of the key points that mattered. I think a lot of people, it built trust as well. And so I do feel good about how Ripple has emerged from some of this. But I also would say, to my earlier point, I think we're still in the early days.
I agree wholeheartedly. I met Brad Garlinghouse before. He's a very, very cool, relaxed, calm kind of guy. He's mellow tone, humble. He's very cool, right? So I agree definitely on the fact that we're very early in this space. So if you feel like you gotten late into the game and all that other good stuff, like, don't feel like that. Stuff is still dirt cheap. I just been here a little bit longer than you, but the stuff is still dirt cheap. Like, don't feel like you're late to this. But also, I believe that the SEC case or lawsuit against Ripple was a blessing in disguise because of the simple fact that people are like actually tuning in, one, into crypto, and then like three, like, I trust them a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I trust them a little bit better because I'm like, okay, they fought against the SEC. Like, that's the government. They do a lot of deep dive and they beat the SEC. I trust them a little bit more. I mean, I don't put all my trust in just one particular company, but it did give me a lot more ease, put my money into a company where I knew and understood, like, okay, they are about their business. So this is another like tweet that has been coming out that's going crazy with Brad Garlinghouse. I mean, 7,000 reposts and comments. So 2025 is here, and Trump bull market is real. The Trump bull market is real, y'all. Don't listen. I'm trying to text my friends that I know, like, look, get at least 1,000 XRP, get at least 4,000 or 5,000 XRP. Like, don't play with it. Don't say I didn't tell you now. All right, for Ripple, this is even more personal. After Gensler SEC effectively froze our business opportunities here at home for years. Pretty much he's talking about the U.S. The optimism is obvious and very deserved. So today, 75% of Ripple's open rule are now U.S. based, while over the last 4 years, the vast majority of hires were outside the U.S. We signed more U.S. deals in the last 6 weeks of 2024 since the election than the previous 6 months. So that's crazy. I don't know if you guys remember, but Bragg House said on an interview, like, it was like years ago, like they were literally moving, trying to transition out of the U.S. because the U.S. was so bad on like not giving them regulation or regulatory clarity on crypto. And they were literally going like to Singapore, Dubai, like they were getting so many business deals outside of the United States. So Team Trump is already jump-starting innovation and job growth in the U.S. With Scott Bensent, David Stacks, Paul, and others. They aren't even in office yet. So say what you want, but the Trump effect is already making crypto great again. So, hey, if you guys been in it, I don't care how you guys feel about, different things as far as politics. I don't get into that. But if it make money, it makes sense to me. And the flip of the switch is coming soon, man. I hope you holding your bag strong. Back your shit up in the trunk and stack them. Let's go. I'll talk to you all on